We're going to Paris tonight. Well, tomorrow morning tonight. We're leaving here at 2, so I'm not going to get any sleep. So we're leaving tonight. I am super excited. I'm so ready to go. Have fun. I have not even thought about packing yet. So I'm going to do that after dinner. And like, I don't have a mirror in my room. And I'm very fashionable, so I've got to like tilt my laptop this way and like try and close and look in the camera to see if my outfit even matches. So I'll be doing that. So today, first, me and Haley had our presentations today. And we're like, oh yeah, all week we've been just chill. Because we're like, we know the time is at 10. We're pretty good at it. So this morning around 7:30, the fire alarm goes off. It's been going off a couple of days, but then it'll like go off and then it'll stop. And we're like, oh, okay. But today it kept going off. So we all got out and we were outside for like 15 minutes. And it was so funny because we're like, where's Nick and where's Leslie? And like I messaged them on Facebook. I'm like, where are you guys? And Leslie's like, we're waiting for you guys in the hallway. We're like, we're already out of there. What? We're like, if it's a fire, we're not waiting on each other. We're gonna go. So I thought that was funny. But we went back up here and my alarm was set for 8:10 to wake up. So I could like eat dinner, get ready, take a shower. And so I didn't go back to sleep, obviously, because once I'm up, I'm up. So I was just laying in bed, and I was like, I think I was on Facebook, and I was just scrolling through and seeing what people were doing. And I got up, I took a shower, I got dressed, and then I started practicing my presentation. Haley texted me and said, oh, I'm not going to go to breakfast. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'm not going to eat by myself, so I'm just not going to get it. My stomach's growling right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, because I'm about to eat after this. But I'm like, well, I'll just practice here and practice my presentation. So I was practicing my presentation, and she was texting me. She was like, oh, never mind, I'll go. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, give me 3 minutes, because I stopped my timer. I was like, I got 3 minutes left on this. Let me finish it. And she's texting me. She's like, but wait, I think our presentation's at 9. And it was like 8:55. I'm like, no, it's not. I was like, remember today we're going to go eat breakfast? We were going to go eat breakfast. We had a meeting at 9:30 with Kath because she wanted to tell us, like, all the international students something. And then our presentation's at 10. I was like, yeah, I remember that because I wrote 10:12 down. That's our thing. And she said, no, Sydney, I just looked it up. Our presentation's at 9. I was like, what? So I grab all my stuff and I rush out. And she's like, I just looked and it's 9. I was like, no, it's 10. So I'm like looking through my thing. It was 10 for my meeting last week. And I was like, oh, we both had a meeting at around 10. So that's what we thought our time was. So we're running. We're like, oh my gosh, we're going to be late. It's 9 o'clock right now. We're like, oh my gosh. So I'm walking this way. She starts walking. I'm like, where are you going? It's this way. So we come and then we're like, oh, wait, wrong room. So we're running back the other way, and we're running, and we're crossing the street, and we're like, oh my gosh. I'm like, if it wasn't for you, I would have been still in my room practicing. And she said, well, I would have been, if it wasn't for me looking at that, we would have just went to go eat, and then we would have went to the meeting, and then came to the presentation at 10. So we would have been late either way. So we get there, and the door's closed, and Eileen's in there, and another student is in there, and she's doing her presentation, and Haley's like, well, should I knock? I'm like, well, no, don't interrupt her thing, just let her go. So we were waiting out there, and we were like, what are we going to say? Because we really forgot. So we were like, well, we did go to the wrong room, so we'll just say we went to the wrong room, which we kind of did. We were heading over to the wrong room. And then she was like, well, I was like, well, we'll play it off. And so Eileen opens the door, and she's like, come in, guys. She's like, come in, guys. And I was like, are we all doing this together? We thought we were doing it different, so we would just sat out here waiting. And like Haley just looked at me, and I'm like, I don't know what I was gonna say. So we sat in there, and the girl was done, obviously. And so she's like, okay, you guys are next. Who wants to go? I was like, I can go first. It's fine. So I get up there, and I do my presentation, and I did amazing, and I did wonderful, and I even got laughs. Eileen was even laughing at me when I was saying some of the stuff I was saying. And then, like, at the end, like, they're not supposed to ask questions, but she was like, oh, she was, like, asking me questions about, like, my mom, because I talked about how my mom's in a school system where there's 2 teachers in a classroom, and that was for, like, teamwork, because they have to teamwork to come up with lessons to go together, so she was asking me about that and stuff, which I didn't mind, like, it's pretty cool. And then Haley went, and she did really good. She did very good, actually. And after that, we sat there for a second and we were talking to her. And she was like, well, you know, she was talking about school or something, and I was like, well, I've never been in like a classroom. And she was like, what? She was like, what school system are you in? Where do you go? I was like, Rio Grande. She was like, you should have been doing classes in freshman year. That's what we do over here. And I was like, yeah, I have not been in a classroom. Which, if I was at Rio this year, I would be observing in classrooms now. But I'm here, which is very wonderful. But we have had one heck of a day.